really need to get into the gym and try to fix this whole situation. Hey guys, what's up? I am busy today running errands. I'm headed out right now to the gym and trying to get done pretty quick. Maybe take about an hour or so, 45 minutes. And so that I can head back over to my parents' house and hang out for a little bit. I'm actually really lucky that the gym is just right down the street from my house. But that kind of rolls into what I wanted to talk about today. And I had a couple things I had wanted to go over, but this just kept sticking in my mind. And there's a girl who I got back into watching on YouTube and following her Instagram. She is phenomenal. She is absolutely stunning. It's honestly just not even fair. I want to be her so bad. And she's just hysterical. I mean, honestly, I had really never watched her videos, or like in their entirety. I had clicked through and seen her different outfits that she tries on and just basically looked at that and then was done with it. But last night I was laying in bed and I started actually watching her videos, and oh my gosh, she is absolutely hilarious. And so, getting into that, I thought, I think this really is a good topic to go over. And so the question was, and this is kind of, again, another controversial, touchy subject kind of topic. But the question was, does size matter? And I honestly kind of feel like a hypocrite even talking about this, because my opinion, it is something that I believe to be 100% true. And, it's something I fully believe about people. But something I do not at all believe about myself, that I really struggle to believe about myself. In fact, if you talk to anybody and ask them, they'd be like, wait, what? Because whenever you talk about yourself, you say the complete opposite thing. So the answer to that question, there's going to be a lot of people who disagree with me on this. And I would love to have you share your thoughts down in the comments. And I'd really like to hear your rationales and what you're thinking. However, I'm sorry to say there is only one correct answer to this, and that is no. 100% no. Size does not matter at all. Anymore, it is just such a big thing, and people have such concrete assumptions and thoughts about this. And I think what's mostly shocking to me is that a lot of times I will hear from the kindest, funniest, most compassionate, sweet people that I know, super harsh words about this. And, they'll say things like, well, if they would just get their fat ass to the gym, then it wouldn't be a problem. Or if they would just put down the cookies or the pizza or the McDonald's or anything else, it just wouldn't be a problem. Or if they had any discipline, or if they were actually responsible, then it wouldn't be a problem. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that is so stinking cold and cruel and just so harsh. It's to a shocking point to me, And I think that's why I mostly stay quiet during these kind of conversations, is because I'm either just super surprised that popped out of somebody's mouth. I'm then embarrassed because even though I've lost a good 40, 50 pounds, I am still definitely working on it. I have a lot more to lose, I feel like, and I still get extremely embarrassed and self-conscious. And so then I want to shrink away into a hole and just not even be around them or or be in that situation. And definitely if it's a time where you're like out to dinner or something, I definitely don't want to be anywhere near food then after hearing that. And it's, again, just such a cold assumption, because you never ever know why somebody is the way they are, why they are the size they are, how they got there, what is keeping them there. And, you know, as cliche as that sounds, like, oh, you never know what's going on behind the surface. It's true. It is true. You never know why somebody got to be, you know, way overweight. It could be from medications. It could be from an illness. It could be because they were not taught good eating habits or how the body works, anything like that as a child, and they've just carried on the habits their parents taught them. It could be that, that they've been trying to diet, but I mean, let's be honest, there's 1,000 different stinking diets out there, and so they're just trying to figure out which one is best and don't really understand the process. Or they could be perfectly happy the way they are, and that's okay, because it does not matter what is on the surface. What matters is here, inside, in your heart, in your mind, in your character. And you know, and that goes with anything. That goes with the clothes you wear, with the money you have, with the color of your skin, with what nationality you are. And I couldn't care less about any of that. You know, if you are treating me like garbage, if you're talking to me like I'm your servant, if you're demeaning, you're demanding, you're rude, you're impatient, you're harsh, I don't care if you're purple. I don't care if you're 100 pounds or 300 pounds. I don't care if you're a Victoria's Secret model. At that point, all I know is that you're treating me like a piece of trash. And that's all that I'm ever going to remember about you. And same for the opposite. You know, if you are someone who is 400 or 500 pounds, or just isn't very maybe attractive, maybe struggles in the face, or doesn't have a put together appearance, whatever the case may be, if you have a contagious smile, or like that hearty giggle, almost like a Santa Claus type of thing, where it's like, it's just so like a belly laugh, or you're cracking jokes, or you're kind, you're so sweet and genuine, or you're incredibly supportive, or you're a very faithful person and you inspire me, I do not care what size you are. You could be the size of a barn and I'm not going to care, because I want to know more about you. I feel happy around you. I feel lifted up around you. That is what matters. The only thing anyone is ever going to take away from a situation is how you treated them, how you talked to them, and what's in here. You know, and size doesn't change any of that. What you put in your mouth, what the number on the scale says, how much you can lift at the gym, how active you are, what clothes you wear, none of that is going to change what you think, what you believe, how strong your faith is, how you treat your family or your friends, how hard of a worker you are. None of that. And, you know, some people will argue that you can tell that kind of thing just by looking at someone. You know, maybe you see somebody who is obese and they're like, well, just by looking at them, you know that they're lazy, because if they weren't, they would be at the gym. You know they're unintelligent, because if they weren't, they would make smart food choices. You know they're not a hard worker, because if they really worked super hard, then they would be kept busy and they wouldn't be able to stuff their face. Oh my gosh, again, so stinking harsh. And that is not at all true. You know, again, you don't know how somebody got to be the weight they are. I gained all that weight because of medication. I was put on a neurological med for my spinal cord issues and my pain, and for pain control, that the major side effect was weight gain. And I never knew that. No one ever told me that, or my mom. And so 70 pounds later, after I didn't change at all the way I ate my entire time growing up, I even actually, that's a lie. I did change because I was trying to diet, because I was freaked out that every week I was gaining 2 and 3 pounds and it like wasn't stopping. So I gained 70 pounds on that. And then after I tried to fix it and I was trying to diet, again, so many stinking diets out there. It is just so hard to follow and know what's right. And this was before I got into nursing school and I fully understood how the body worked. But all I had ever heard was eat tons of fruits and vegetables. As long as you're eating fruit, as long as you're eating vegetables, that's healthy, that's whole food, you can't go wrong, basically. And so I did, but no one ever told me you have to count the calories in it. You have to count the carbs in it, because no matter how good a food is, if you eat too much of it, the numbers are just going to add up, and that's going to be a crazy amount of calories. And that's exactly what happened. And so anybody could have looked at me and said, oh, well, you only got that way because you stuffed your face, or, you eat junk food, or oh, you only got that way because you're lazy. But they would have been completely wrong. And so you just never know. You never, ever know what is going on with someone. And honestly, if you have a good quality of life and you're healthy, don't change. Don't change. If you are happy, you're confident, you be happy in your body. If you're a curvy girl, if you're a chunky guy, you got some mass to you, keep it. The only reason that I will say, and this is a problem, where the whole body positivity thing is concerned, is that if you are someone who is overweight and it is causing issues with your health, say your blood sugars, your circulation, your heart, your ability to move around well, it's causing stress on your joints, or in your quality of life, you're just having a hard time keeping up. Maybe you can't play with your kids as much as you would like, or in the ways that you would like, or you can't spend time with your family, or you get super fatigued on your job. Then I would say, yes, that is the only time that it matters, and it does need to change. And that is a very honest conversation that people need to have. We really dance around the subject of weight with people. And that also is a problem. I mean, because you need to be happy, you need to be confident and in your body, and that's great. You need to be proud of who you are. But people will tend to focus too much on that and then let those health issues slip through. So if you're a healthcare provider, if you're even a family member who notices a problem, if someone is struggling with their heart status, their cardiovascular status, or their bones, or their blood sugars, or whatever, there needs to be a very honest conversation that says, this is because of your weight, and if you continue to eat the way you do, or not be as active as you could be, or any other things that may be going on in that person's life, it's not going to change, and it's going to get worse. And if it's something like, heart problems to where, you're developing blood clots or blockages in your system, there needs to be the very blunt conversation of, you will die. You very well could die. But again, it needs to not be in that harsh, judgmental way where it's saying that the person is less than. That because of this, you're not as good of a human being. That you're not worth as much as a human, worth as much as a human being. There needs to be that balance of, this is a serious situation. There's a problem, but now how are we going to fix it? I want to help you fix it. So what will work for you? What can we do to make this better? So there needs to be that fine balance, in being honest, being helpful, but not being cruel. But otherwise, that is the only reason that I would say size matters, is if it is hurting your health, it is hurting your ability to live a good life. But otherwise, if you're overweight, if you're even obese, but your health is good, you're not struggling with diabetes or any heart issues or any joint issues, and your labs are good, then honey, you keep on being you. You be whatever you want to be. You eat whatever you want to eat, because life is only so long. And there's not enough time to always be worrying about numbers and feeling guilty. And you need to enjoy every second of your life. So if it's not hurting you physically or physiologically, then you go on. You do whatever you like. The only thing you're going to take away from someone is their character. The only thing you're going to remember about them at the end of their life, the only thing you're going to remember about them from a 5-minute interaction is the way they spoke to you, the way they treated you, whether they were kind, and especially if it comes down to being, in a place of need. I think my patients have taught me so much, because I've seen, like I said back in my video where I showed you guys how I put in my extensions and my daily makeup routine, it really brings to light when you deal with these people, when you care for these people, what really matters. And I think anybody who is a parent or deals with kids, like maybe as an auntie, as an uncle, whatever, go talk to a kid, go talk to a little child. You'll see what really matters. Because they're not gonna have the ability to bullshit you. A child will say it like it is, and a lot of these patients, especially if, the elderly ones, they will say it like it is. A kid, they're not gonna care if you're 400 pounds or you're 100 pounds, if you look like a model or if you look like someone who just walked out from a dumpster. Like, if you are someone that they can trust, if you're someone who laughs with them, makes them happy, encourages them, is sweet, is all those things, is protects them, especially as as a male, that is what they are going to know about you. That is what they are going to love about you. And if you do the opposite, again, they are not going to care what your body looks like. All they're going to know is, I don't feel safe with you, or you hurt me, or you make me sad, or you make me mad, or whatever. That is what they're going to take away. And same with patients. Think about it. If you are sick and you're in the hospital, or you go into a doctor's office and you need someone to make you better, you need someone to help you, or if you're in a car accident, or you're in a fire, or you're in any sort of situation where you need someone to help you and just be there for you, even like something in your personal life, maybe emotionally, if you're needing some sort of support, it is not going to matter what that number on the scale says, or, anything on the outside. If they can complete their job and take care of you, or support you, or save your life, or do any of those things, that's all that's going to matter. So, in the end, just be kind. Take a minute and be understanding. Don't assume. I know that, again, it's easy for me to relate to because I've been there. And I know if anyone had assumed of me, you're unintelligent, you don't work hard, you're lazy, you just stuff your face all the time. Oh gosh, I can't even tell you how angry and how hurt I would be, because there's a lot of times that I don't portray it well, but I have talent, I am intelligent, I have a huge heart, and don't you dare question my character because of what my body looks like. And so there is no reason for us to do that to anybody else, because we never know what's on the inside until you get to know them. So just always be open, and just try to reach people's minds, reach people's hearts, and don't turn them away or assume you're going to have a bad interaction, or, assume anything about their character based off of what their body looks like. Because we all, at any time in our lives, could be 300 pounds, or we could look like a model. But again, that doesn't change what's here or what's here. So I'll see you guys next week. I have rattled on for 20 minutes, and I already had tried to record this video before, so that's another 20 minutes. So I really need to get into the gym and try to fix this whole situation. And then get over to my parents' house. So I will see you guys next week when we start decorating. I'm going to show you how I decorate my apartment, little tips and tricks on cost and where I get all my little trinkets and whatnot. And we are going to get into it because it is fall, people. I don't care what you say. Fall does not happen in the third week of September. September 1st, fall hits. So I will see you guys in a week.